And I think that you kind of indicated in the last podcast that you kind of were willing to take some questions, what people were thinking and stuff like that. And I kind of wanted to bring up some the items that your opponent continues to kind of throw out there in the public
Mm-hmm.
to whether to confuse, whether whatever it is he's trying to do, right? His tactics. So one of the things that, and I tagged this one on the screen because that's one of the things that I was very curious, and somebody put it out there, so let's go ahead and talk about it right away. Is that
Sure.
about the taxes? Because we have heard Maverick County Judge David Soselo mentioned that a big thing about taxes, and Ramsey's going to come in, make you pay more taxes, and what's up with that situation? Is how true is that the Maverick County Judge is saying that type of thing to where you want to raise taxes, that's what you're going to come in and do, and that's what is ultimately, I guess, what he's trying to say, that's going to scare the people into voting, towards his way, of course.
Well, I think that it's definitely a very valid question, and I believe that in this process, as we're going through this entire election process and this election, it's important for us to speak specifically towards that, because I believe that taxes is a huge issue in this community. At times, we see so many issues where we have seen increases that have been made with all entities. I can speak for the entity of which I served on for quite a number of years, and I was very proud, that at the beginning we had to do certain things with our tax break number in order to make sure that we could initiate the projects that we were going out for, and that was just strictly at the very beginning. Services, of course, are crucial. The city was in dire need of infrastructure at the time that I came in back in 2010. But if you go back and you look at the last 7 years of our city tax rolls, you'll see that there is no tax hike that happened, or a tax raise that was done. Those issues, when we deal with them straight off the bat, were very important for me to maintain the tax low, and the city remains, the lowest taxing entity, simply because obviously we have a great revenue system that comes from the International Bridge. The tax number there, when we look at the tax rates, were always something that were very crucial for us, because we don't want to affect, or I didn't want to affect, and I know the council. I speak for the times that we were there. There was never an issue where we wanted to raise taxes to raise taxes. That's not who I am, and that's not who the group of individuals who I served with on the council were at that time either. I don't believe that when there is no need to raise taxes, there's just no need. We don't have to be touching that subject. And I don't believe that, right now when we deal with the issue of Maverick County, I don't think that, we're seeing that issue there either at this point. What I do believe that Maverick County needs to do when it comes to finance is a complete restructure. We need to truly revise the system of which the finance a portion of the operations of the county are currently running. There needs to be a review of everything. There needs to be, if you were to ask me, a complete forensic audit on Maverick County finances in order to maintain the operations and to see where it is that we are going in stances of the future. So when you come down to it, I am not a tax hike person as my opponent claims me to be. I believe that, David has spoken, or has basically spewed, I should say, so many lies throughout this campaign, because there is no base of merit on his behalf. And when you see individuals who just begin to throw things out like that, there's obviously a reason. It's because they have nothing to fall back on. They have no record of successful work history or successful projects that have benefited this community. And that's how he what he has to fall back on. That's what David is. And David's going to continue to do that. There's a lot of things that he's been saying lately, a lot of things that have been going out. And I believe that, it's disappointing, when you have people that are like that in office that simply just utilize their way of force and power to intimidate and to lie to people and to just basically send a message that is not what this community is truly about. The citizens in Maverick County, and I think in any community, but just from what I see when visiting them, is that they want change and that they want a better opportunity for what they've been living. But there are so many people that are out there that are scared of this individual. And it baffles me to think that this is what we are dealing with nowadays.
Why do you think they're scared? Or is there, something so obvious there that, we can point on? Or
intimidation tactics from this individual is what I have seen from everyone. It is always an issue. While we have been blessed in this campaign to receive the amount of support that we have, you find the people in the colonias, in the business sector, that are like, they're a bit intimidated to see the issues as they are, and to express any support because they know that they'll receive a backlash. And it's true. I know that that's what he would do. And I know that that's the type of person that he is. You see that in any case reform, within this community. And I think that, we need to make people not only the common citizen, but the county employees, that are afraid. I see employees that are going to vote, and I know they're voting for me, for one, on certain cases, or at least the ones that I've talked to. And I see them walking in with, you can even sense that they're probably trembling, getting to the polls just because they want to get in and out. And that's just disappointing.
Are you seeing that a lot?
Oh, I'm seeing that very frequently. Very frequently. The employees that are out there that are coming out is one. First of all, I'm honored that they had that there was that ability and confidence, that they saw that I was an individual that's easy to speak to, and that can have a conversation to just basically, talk about issues and see what we can do to fix them. And that, is what I see and what I have seen day to day as this entire process has gone through. It's disappointing, but it's reality in Maverick County right now. And nobody should ever have to feel those types of things, in this community. I don't think that we should really ever have to feel intimidated or harassed, I should say, by any one individual. This isn't a dictatorship, it's a democracy. And throughout this democracy, there's hierarchies, and that's respectable. But you also have to give respect to earn respect from people. And that's something that lacks truly at the courthouse.